Hi, so today we're going to be talking about concrete, and there's two kinds of concrete. One is concrete that has cracked, and the second is concrete that will crack. There's only two kinds of concrete, and all concrete will crack. But the thing is, we can control where the concrete will crack. And if you've ever seen people put in concrete, they put in these lines. You may have wondered what they were about. And today we're going to be filling those lines, and we're going to be talking about how to do that. So come on down. Hey, so today we're talking about filling the cracks in concrete because concrete will crack. There is no concrete that has ever been designed that does not crack. In fact, it already has micro cracks in it. Minutes after it's poured, it starts to crack a little bit. But concrete can last for hundreds of years, actually, before it denigrates. So the fact that you have cracks in it is fine. The thing is that we want to control where the cracks are. So they put in what they call expansion gaps or expansion cracks, and they actually put it into the concrete as it's being poured if they're good at their job. So they put this line in, basically, that instead of a 5 or 6 inch concrete base, that line makes the concrete less thick in that area, up to 2 inches. So if it's 6 inches, now it's 4 inches, and so on. So then when stress comes of some kind from the earth just pushing on the concrete will crack, but it will crack in the part where it's weakest, where it's thinnest. So that's why they put in the gap. And the reason why we want to fill that gap is because if you have shop equipment with wheels like I do, and you try and roll that across that gap, it does not roll. It just rolls into the gap and stays there, depending on how big your wheels are and whatever else. But it's just a bump that is easily fixed. So you've put this expansion filler in it. It's called self-leveling expansion joint filler. And you just pour it in as I've already shown you. And then we use one of these. Now, I buy them in bulk and they come like this, but it's just a scraper. And so I cut it in half with a knife and then break it. And then now I have 2 of these. And I only needed 1. So good savings there. But so you use the thin end, and it's made of plastic, so it's not going to hurt anybody, but it's a pretty nice end. And you can scrape the concrete, and when you see a part that isn't that doesn't have enough in it, you can add more. But remember, this is self-leveling, so it's a liquid, so it will eventually level itself. And you could just wait for that to happen, but I like to hurry it along a little bit by putting this in it, because there are certain places where there's not as much in it as others. So in order just to make that more uniform, I push this along, and when I see a gap, I can put more in, and just pushing it along, if there's extra in one place, it'll fill in the gaps along the way. So that's why I use these. And after you do that, wait at least 2 hours, if not 3 or 4 hours. And later in the same day, you should pull the tape off if you use tape. And then you should clean up with some kind of mineral spirit, any kind of spirit. Even vodka would work, but vodka is pretty expensive compared to mineral spirits or other things, but you know the prices these days. But anyway, you get that tape up after 3 hours, let's say. And then you might see some smudges along the side that you want to clean up. But don't touch the stuff in the middle. That's going to take at least 24 hours to cure. It's 24-hour fully cure. And read the directions on the container for safety and so on. And that's how you fix concrete cracks.